monsters.
All new reality fun. For us anyway. Meet the Parents is in half an hour after a brand new Big Bang.
What if there was a real zombie attack? What would you do? How would you survive?
A biologically definable creature.
Could the living dead be dead real?
They will continue to spread until they consume the entire planet.
National Geographic Channel exposes zombies. The truth. Sunday.
The most immediate problem within cities in the aftermath of a pandemic would simply be unburied bodies.
We would have many, many, many times more dead than anything our system was designed to take care of.
There would be thousands upon thousands of them with no organized service to remove them.
You have to say that people who come to realize that they live in a world in which the lights are never going to come back on again will have to be gripped by despair. It's terrible to think about it.
Gradually it would dawn on people that the world has changed and it isn't going to go back to the way it was before. Some people emotionally could never make the transition to accepting this change. They would continue to hope that their previous lives would be restored, but of course they never would be.
Killed you in 2012. Unless... Nope, he's not a zombie.
This all started as a flu virus in early 2007. By the summer, it had become an epidemic, and quarantine camps had been set up all over the country. But nothing seemed to work. By November of 2007, the virus had mutated, creating zombie-like behavior, and had spread all the way across the country. As far as we can tell, at least 75% of the population is dead or undead.
Hello, I'm Tony Hayward. The tragic spill in the Gulf is a disaster that should have never happened. And as head of the oil company responsible, I would like to say, what should I do? Should I admit we've made mistakes? Should I remind you we've done this before?
But they drilled again and tore open a portal into another dimension.
We're sorry.
Creatures from that dimension are now wreaking havoc in the Gulf. BP tried to solve the problem by drilling on the moon, but instead they caused the Dark Lord Cthulhu to emerge.
Of course not.
We'll find them. I find you look for the meat. I'm going down there. Maybe I'll bust some heads and maybe they'll bust mine.
There's nothing to worry about your recon quarantine.
You're not kidding. Always plan to lie inside truth. Makes it easier to swallow.
It's a city, it spreads everywhere. There'll be no way to stop it. But they'll be the lucky ones.
You deceive yourself.
I love this game!
Don't wake me. Don't make a sound.
Immerse yourself in an amazing 3D world.
Wait, there's more. Once I wire some good faith money to an overseas bank account, I'll inherit his kingdom, his canoe, and his plump young wife.
You dumb stumps! Don't
Don't you realize you're being scammed?
This suggests that we may well be awoken from the life on Earth, which we think we are living right now, just as we are awoken from a dream.
You don't have to worship him. He's not a god.
I'm just glad I'm not a god anymore. I want to go home.
There is room in the song for you.
Oh, I've sort of got a song on that. Thanks.
I think your song must end soon.
Meaning?
Every song must end.
So much death. Hard to believe this will become known as the time of awakening.
Until I learn to open up my mind to other possibilities.
But this day won't last forever. Logic is at the heart of every Vulcan.
I can't wait 8 nights or more. This zombie's going to war. Funerals are creepy.
What's the big deal? You see dead guys all the time.
When?
Dude, just last week, Brock killed 2 dervishes with a pillowcase full of cokes right in our bedroom.
You just knocked them out.
Yo, sing yourself another lullaby, baby teen. The police took them away in body bags.
Sleeping bags. Those were sleeping bags.
In business news, the weak and gullible inhabitants of Earth were plunged into economic depression today as the scammer aliens finished stealing every item of value.
The world is changing.
Wait a minute. Can I play them against each other so I don't have to do any homework at all?
You would mess up Mom and Dad's marriage just to get out of doing some homework?
Hey, I would end all life on this planet just to get out of doing fractions.
Fractions aren't that hard. You just have to find a common denominator. For example, 1/2 plus 1/3 equals 3.
End all life on this planet!
But if you want to believe a bunch of crazy promises of...
Dear Lord, please take Mr. Bunny up to heaven.
There's a reason why you separate military and the police. One fights the enemy of the state. The other serves and protects the people. When the military becomes both, then the enemies of the state tend to become the people.
To discover the most critical issue of all is nowhere to be found.
Really? Well, perhaps Mr. Zara could enlighten us.
The election of a vice president. If, God forbid, anything should happen to you, Madam President, we have no designated successor. The civilian branch of our government would be paralyzed, leaving the door wide open for a military dictatorship.
Seriously?
How can you not have any?
Had I been informed of the impending apocalypse, I'd have stocked up.
Mortality is home entertainment. This cannot be the future.